Struggle, y'all. I don't know what the hell is going on. No, Carlos, I'm usually not this late. Let me see. Shout out to the chat pack, man. Let me holler at the chat pack real quick. Apologies for my tardiness. What's good, Ass Technology? What's good, Carlos? Sorry, you. This guy right here. My bad, bro. Shout out, Tito. What up? My bad, Carlos. I'm usually not this late. Like I said, I have a problem. When I have a problem, I have a habit of trying to fix it immediately. I don't like to let things linger. And so I had a problem as I was trying to pay for something on the internet, and it was sending me to like 7 different pages. So I'm pretty sure my account got stolen in the midst of the last 7 minutes, but whatever. So let's get busy on this, man. Let's get busy on this. Shout out to Carlos. I'm glad you were here earlier in the day. I appreciate you watching the afternoon as well. Shout out, welcome to the chat pack, baby. What it do, Biggie? Oh, he says all good. Shout out. Shout out to Excuseless Runner. He late too. Like I said, my throat's gonna be a gamble today. My throat gonna be a gamble today. I got a lot going on, but I'm here. We finna rock and roll. Listen, there's a lot on the show today. There's a lot on the show today. Now, for those of you who are new here, I want to explain this breakdown today, okay? You win some, you lose some. This is the Padres deadline, which we'll do at the end of the show because I always do the Padres at the end of the show because most people come in late and they want to hear Padres news from me more than they want to hear anything else, or Padres conversation and content more than they want to hear news. So I saved the Padres for last. The Glass House is about Aaron Rodgers, whose video I completely forgot to upload. So let me, because I don't think I can even do that right now. Context, KD. Kevin Durant has said something about the Warriors and the Sixers, and it's just not going well, KD. It's just not going well, buddy. And then at the end, and one more thing, I have WWKB. What would Kobe Bryant do? What would Kobe Bryant do? Because Rich Paul has now overstepped his boundaries. And I'm gonna address Rich Paul in this particular situation because there's a lot of things. Again, I'm a Jordan guy, 100%. This is not really up for question for anyone, but I'm a Jordan guy. But I'm not a Kobe protector. But I'm tired of people talking about Kobe Bryant in a sense of, what Kobe would have done. When some of these people had no relationship with Kobe Bryant. So I'm going to get to that in one more thing. But as always, man, we're on our way to 500. We're past 350. We grinding. We getting closer. If you're new to the podcast, head over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to the John Browner Podcast on YouTube, also on X. The show's being broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Kick. Shout out to my Kick bots. Are my Kick bots here yet? Every day we get a couple kickbots in here trying to sell me something. So the kickbots will probably be here in the afternoon. Shout out to the kickbots. Love the kickbots. Also, shout out to the Sporting Tribune. We're launching the Sporting Tribune pod, which I'm in charge of later this week. So you guys will be able to hear from a lot of new cool people, not on this channel, but on the Sporting Tribune channel. But I advise you guys to check it out because I'll be a part of that too. So, told y'all, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. See, it comes out when I yell. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, this is in your ear, I completely apologize. You're about to hear some stuff. You might want to watch today's show. To the people who download this show via podcast, and all you hear is my voice, you are going to be in for a wild ride today. I just want to let you know right now. Well, let's get to some of this, man. Yeah, ASMR podcast is lit right now. That's what you got in your ear. Because you might want to come over and watch the pod today because my voice is I'm going to try to stay calm. I had a lot of angry topics too. I got a lot of angry topics, but I'm going to try to stay calm. Because staying calm helps the whatever stay down and they're not going to able to get this out. So again, I'm going to talk about what Kobe Bryant do. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Where is it? Anyway, I can't find it. Whatever. Where we at here? No context, KD. You win some, you lose some. That's Padres. Let's go to the glass house. Let's go to the glass house. So I have a policy when it comes to certain athletes, any athlete taking a political stand. I have one reference point. If you've been in the league for more than 10 years, that means I can track where you were and what you did when Colin Kaepernick took the knee. That's my political stance starter pack for anyone who says anything political. Most of those people are not, and a lot of y'all are not off the hook when it comes to sports figures. So here's the overarching problem. Aaron Rodgers went on a Pat McAfee show and called Tony Fauci, the guy who was in charge of COVID, a coward. Now, you can feel however you want to feel about COVID. Take the shot, don't take the shot. I don't give a damn about either way. I just want this to be very clear about it. You don't have to take the shot. It's your life. I took all the shots. I boosted the shots. I took all of them. I'm solid. I'm upright. I'm good. But I didn't have my kids take any other shots because I felt like they were too small. See, this is not a sliding scale. This is a case-by-case basis. I didn't. I took the shots. I took the booster shots. I would not allow my kids to get those shots. Period. But I admit these things. I don't have a problem telling you these things. What is it, 6 years later, for this to now be dug up out of nowhere because, we changed presidents. For Aaron Rodgers, of all people, remember, Aaron Rodgers, you're a liar. You did a whole lot of wordplay when it came to this subject. Now you got the nerve to go on Pat McAfee because you're having a summer of revival because you're married and you're talking to your family again. Now you want to be the guy to come out and call this man a coward? What? Science is complicated. That's why we leave science to scientists. We leave, making rocket ships to engineers and astronauts. You're not a scientist. I'm not a scientist. But you have choice with the information that you have to do with it what you see fit. Period. In the story. If you don't like Tony Fauci, then that's cool. That's 100% cool. And if this is your political stance, Aaron Rodgers, if this is the glass house you want to live in, buddy, remember you lied about it. So you're not tough either. You not tough either, bruh. You talk all this shit. You not tough either because you ran like a coward too, Aaron Rodgers. You ran like a coward too when they asked you about it. They specifically asked you about, were you vaccinated? And you went through the whoop-de-doo and the runaround and then this and then that. Carlos said, my employer made me take them shots. There you go. Some of us were forced into taking them to keep our employment. I was fortunate enough not to do so, but like I said, I took them anyway out of public safety. Carlos, how you feeling today? You grew an extra arm? You here? You was here before me. You alive? Excuse said above my pay grade. To me, again, I told you I got some topics that'll make me yell, so I'm trying to stay calm because I don't want to start coughing all over this mofo. Michael Pennis says, MAGA McAfee, he lets people spew what he believes, but can't actually say. Yeah, man, he cheered this whole thing on. And again, I ain't got no issues with these people. I ain't got no issues with Pat McAfee. I don't watch the show. I heard it's great. Good for him. Get your money, big fella. Aaron Rodgers is his guy. That's where most of this stuff comes from. That's where that quote came from. I was going to play it. Let me see if I can play it. I do this to y'all every time. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to play it. And I go, let me see if I can play it. So let me see if I can play it. Let me see. Aaron Rodgers. I'm not a fan of this. Here it is. Okay. Hold on. Let me because this and because of this, the show's going to get in some trouble from, the mass media, web nerds. They're going to block my show today from making money, but until I get to 500, I don't really care about that. So let's do this. I hope y'all can hear this because this is really aggravating to me. I'm only going to play like 40 seconds of it.
Last rodeo, and you talked about your wife saying, hey, have another year. Mike McCarthy being here, obviously a big deal. Can you tell us about the mindset of coming into your last season? Like, that's a real thing, it feels like, because is everything better? Is everything funner? Is everything more awesome? Like, how do you kind of view this year versus maybe the years of the past?
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Okay.
Okay.
Like gotta love that guy.
Okay.
Like that absolute coward, Tony Fauci. Absolute coward.
Yeah.
Hey, it's back,
Are
baby.
you kidding me?
Yeah. 111
You got a
times.
pardon and you're in front and you pleaded over 100 times
Yeah.
at the White House. What are you scared of, Tony?
Yeah.
I thought you were the science.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were I am science, and you get up there and you can't answer a question.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And how much time did the network spend to that? How much time did they spend on my responses every week, on my vaccination status, on Taylor and Travis's wedding?
Okay, that's enough. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron, you dildo. It wasn't at the White House. How about that? See, this is how dumb he is. This is how dumb this guy is. This wasn't at the White House, you buffoon. So if you're going to throw shots at people, how about, let me get the pistol out. Hold on. Let me pop the trunk real quick on Aaron Rodgers. Hold on. Let me turn up them shots because I need the things to be big. I need these things to be heard. Hey, Bozo, it wasn't at the White House. How about that? How about if you're going to go on your buddy's show and talk crazy like this? Hey, Bozo, how about you figure out where it was at? You calling the man a coward who, by the way, has done a lifetime worth of work on AIDS. Did you be a coward for that too? You tell me, buddy. You tell me, tough guy. I hate this. I really do. I hate this. I don't care where you stand on COVID. Whether you took the shots, whether you didn't take the shots, that's not the point. This man specifically had this teed up. He came on this show with that level of reach to teed up to then say, did the network spend that much time? You're on a sports network, buddy. You're a quarterback. You play sports. So therefore, they drew their attention to you because you just didn't say yes or no. By the way, they did the exact same thing to Kyrie Irving, by the way. So it wasn't like, oh, we're going after Aaron Rodgers. They went after Kyrie way harder than they went after you, buddy. Sorry. And I was one of those people who went after Kyrie. I don't really talk about Aaron Rodgers, but I went after Kyrie 100%. I'm not ashamed to say that. I went after Kyrie, no doubt. So where you stand on them shots, buddy, that's up to you. That's up to you. But now you're the guy, Aaron Rodgers, you're the guy carrying the flag for conspiracy. You're the guy, you carrying the flag now in the league for freedom of speech. Where were you when Kaepernick was taking the knee, bruh? Where were you when Kaepernick was taking the knee on behalf of police violence in black communities? Where were you? Huh? How about Pat McAfee asks Aaron Rodgers a question about ICE? Since he taking political stands, right? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. If you're gonna be the guy, if you're gonna be political stance guy, if you're gonna call Fauci a coward, if you're gonna do all this, hey, Pat McAfee, either you sucking his nuts or you asking real questions. So then why don't you just ask him about ICE? So he can then get dumb again, and now he don't know nothing about nothing. See how that works? See how that works? When it comes to protecting the people that don't look like you, Aaron Rodgers is absent. Aaron Rodgers is absent when it comes to that. See, but when he gets to yell at the government, who won't yell back at him? You want to sit down and do some science with Tony Fauci, you bozo? I bet you don't. He'd run circles around you, and he's 80. He's got a lifetime worth of science knowledge, you bozo. And Pat McAfee and the crew just yucking it the fuck up. Okay, Aaron's back, bro. Too many people die from that shit. I don't know where COVID came from. They say it was in a lab. Cool, whatever. Too many people died from it. A lot of people lost their life in this country because of that. And for people to now be laughing as if it was trivial, it's comical. It's embarrassing for us as a country. So Aaron Rodgers lives in a massive glass house. And the fact that he out here throwing stones at somebody who actually was on the front lines, right or wrong, by the way, because Fauci didn't get everything right because science is always evolving. Fauci was not 100% right about vaccinations and about COVID because no one was. It's impossible to be 100% right about that. No one cure is for everyone. And just like, where is it? Just like Carlos was forced to take those shots, some people were forced to take those shots. Now, I'm on Carlos' side. No one should have been forced to take it. But some of us had jobs where we had to mingle with the people. And so you were forced to take it. That's wrong. Let's see, I'm not, this isn't complicated for me. This is very black and white for me. It's wrong to have forced Carlos via his employer to take the shot. But those are the circumstances of the employment. Aaron Rodgers didn't have to take that shot. He could have went on television for the Green Bay Packers. I think that was the team he played for at the time and said, no, I did not take the shot. I am not vaccinated. Here's the reasons why. Bang, 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 bang. And people would have respected him for that. Because you know who did do that? Kyrie Irving did that. Kyrie Irving said, nah, I'm good, man. I'm not taking the shot. And that bozo, the other ESPN bozo, Stephen A. Smith, grilled him for it. And now Stephen A. Smith, by the way, is apologizing to him. I owe Kyrie Irving an apology. I was wrong, Kyrie. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. Kyrie Irving, please don't fall into that trap. Don't get in the circus with Stephen A. Smith, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. What it do, Biggie? Biggie got a comment. Let me see what Biggie said. Let me see. Let me see where we are. Let me see. What's going on here? Okay, there it is. Biggie says, damn, I can barely watch ESPN now. Dude, I had COVID once, and it was an absolute worst thing ever. And I'm a big-time health risk. And I'm a big-time health risk. It could have killed me. So, yeah, damn right I got the shot and the mask. Bro, listen, let me explain something to y'all. At the time, I had 4 kids. I got all them shots. And I wore the mask, too. Because, again, public safety. I had babies in my home. Yeah, I took it. And we're not going to relitigate this again. Either you did or you didn't. I don't dislike you if you didn't. I don't like you if you did. There's no middle ground. It is what it is. What up, Soup? We're going to get to the AJ Preller glazing because you know what's happening later today. Soup said the Air Force made me take the shots. I had a reaction to the booster that caused, massive clots in my small intestines. I spent 16 days fighting for my life and lost 14 inches of my small intestine. See, this is a horror story. And I would do it again because my wife and daughters are high risk. He gets it. He gets it. Public safety. You know how many grandmas died because the kids got COVID at home or at work and came home and gave it to poor grandma? You know how many immune compromised people died because of this? Soup unfortunately had the struggles of the shot, but literally will tell you he will do it again because it was worth keeping his daughter and his wife to not be at risk. And he had to get it because he was in the Air Force. So Aaron Rodgers is a moron. Let me get the pistol out. Let me go back in the trunk. Aaron Rodgers is a moron. Why didn't ESPN talk about Tony Fauci in front of the congressional panel? Because they don't do Congress, bozo. Go on ESPN. Talk sports. You go on CNN, talk virus. Go on CNN and talk congressional panel. Bozo. RFK, your boy. You go in front of a panel of congressmen with him. Bozo. Not a lot of people I like less than Aaron Rodgers, bro. Not a lot of sports figures who I've never met that I like less than Aaron Rodgers, buddy. I can't wait till this guy goes off into the sunset. I'm happy he got married. I'm happy he reconciled with his family. I really am. I think we all should be in a better place with our loved ones who are close to us. And I'm glad he's on a journey in doing that. And so that's cool, bro. Go away. Go away. No, I hope you get sacked 1,000 times this year. I'm going to root against Pittsburgh every game. If you're a Pittsburgh fan, I'm rooting against your team. Aaron Rodgers, you pussy. Welcome to Ass Island. Welcome to Ass Island, Aaron Rodgers. That's your shack over there. We got a shack nice and cold for you. Immunization free. Welcome to Ass Island, Aaron Rodgers. Get comfortable. You gonna be here for a while. We got a retirement home for your old ass. You're stamped, buddy. You're stamped. Aaron Rodgers. Jeez Louise. As always, man, like, share, and subscribe to the show. I'm John Brown. It's the John Brown Podcast. If you have anything you want to say to me in regards to my hate for Aaron Rodgers or my, indifference about people who took the COVID shot, you can do that at the John Brown Podcast at gmail.com. Send all your complaints there. By the way, that's where I got tangled up earlier trying to find my way down this rabbit hole of a bill I was trying to pay. It was not fun. So whatever, bro. Whatever. So yeah, that happened. Yeah, the immunization shack. Where's the pronunciation? Where's the pronunciation, people? Where's the pronunciation, people? Immunization. What's happening here? That word is not agreeing with me. Immunization. I'm struggling. The word is kicking my ass right now. Yeah, man. Where's it? Yo, listen. So at the beginning of this, right, when it was all fun and games and people were sick and people weren't dying, all right, before I knew the severity of this, I did say, I did say black people can't get it. Facts. Tommy the cat. Tommy the cat with the llama picture. Facts, bruh. That was me. That was me, buddy. Like I told y'all, man, I say what I say, man. And, time tells the truth on all of us. I was wrong about that. I was wrong about Joe Burrow. I was wrong about black people can't get COVID. We got it all right. Oh, we got it all right. Biggie almost had to whoop somebody's ass. What? Biggie says I almost had to give a dude a beat down in Walmart because I had a mask on and a Kaepernick jersey, and this little redhead dude tried to stare me down and told him, "You don't want this smoke, little man." Facts. Listen, I'm all for whooping somebody's ass when they get out of line. Shout out to Biggie. So, next topic. Where we at? Let me see. Next topic. We already did the glass house. Context. Okay. I'm gonna try to stay calm and having this conversation because I need y'all to help me with this chat pack. So Kevin Durant came out and made Klay Thompson very, very mad. So Kevin Durant came out and said that the Philadelphia 76ers roster on paper is better than the Golden State Warriors 70, the two-time championship team when he played for them. His reasoning being, because you got to explain the context of this, his reasoning being that Joel Embiid is already an MVP. Jaylen Brown is a Finals MVP, and he said Tyrese Max on Threads. Kevin Durant, listen, buddy, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. You know what kind of bozo you look like on Threads? I get people don't use Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it right now. I get that people have strayed away from that. But, buddy, you being on Threads is weird. Like, you're Kevin Durant, as you like to tell people. I'm Kevin Durant. But you're Kevin Durant. You could be anywhere doing anything. Why are you on Threads? Are they paying you? Because if so, thread away. Needle and thread your way to the bank, big fella. But if Threads ain't paying you, why are you on Threads? Huh? This is where these comments came from. Because he got caught with his X burner too many times, with his Twitter burner too many times. Now he's on Threads, and he forgot to put the burner on. He forgot to turn the burner on to cook with this topic. Because for him to say, this is what Klay Thompson got mad about. He said Klay Thompson ain't never been no MVP at anything, which Klay didn't say, oh, wait a minute. Bro, why are you using my full government name? And I agree with Klay. So then this gets me into a greater debate, and this is where I need the help. Do you believe, as a fan of basketball, that this current Sixers team with Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Jaylen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, and Tyrese Maxey are better, on paper, better than Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney, which is the weak spot? I'm not going to put Andre Iguodala in there. Andre Iguodala comes off the bench. So automatically the Warriors win the bench argument over the Sixers. That part is over. When we're talking about 5-on-5, starting fives, Kevon Looney, Draymond Green, KD, Klay, Steph, versus Maxey, Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, LeBron, and Joel Embiid. Who you got on paper? Because I still got the Warriors. LeBron's 42. I hate to have to keep repeating that because I'm not an ageist. Unless you're in Congress and you're 70, go spend time with your family, please. But LeBron's 42. 40. I think this is the problem with greatness. We don't remember their age. We remember their numbers. We remember their greatness. We remember their great. LeBron's 42. The days of multiple chase down blocks a week, that's over. The moments of him being able to shut people down and guard different positions, that's over. LeBron shot his lowest percentage ever in the league, or I think it was ever in the league from 3 last year. The legs are gone. It's over. He's 40. He's going to be 42 next season. Do you understand what that means? LeBron James is going to be 42 years old. Stop relying on him to save the day. I asked and I received. Biggie said, Embiid in his prime, maybe, but the current version of Embiid is just too big, slow, shell of himself, and James is still good, but well past his prime, so nah, against the Warriors, that squad. Asik says, he's a man. He's 40. Come after me. I would yell, but I'd cough all over the place. Yeah, come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. Hey, this is crazy. Kevin Durant is a troll at nature on the internet, and so we all have to take this with a grain of salt. But the fact that I love that Klay Thompson got mad, like, bro, what you bring me in there for? Because, by the way, can we be honest? Klay Thompson is better than Tyrese Maxey. He's better than VJ Edgecombe. And by the way, Klay Thompson's better than Jaylen Brown. Now, I know. I know. That's where the fight starts. That's where the fight starts. Who's a better player in their prime? Jaylen Brown or Klay Thompson? And it's not a question for me. Prime Klay Thompson is far better than prime Jaylen Brown. No one's afraid of Jaylen Brown. And I know they say, oh, well, Klay never had to do it by himself. Jaylen Brown's had Jason Tatum pretty much his entire career, and now he'll have LeBron James and Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. You see how this works? You see how this works? No great player outside of LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant can really, like Shaquille O'Neal, carry these weights by themselves. You got to have somebody to pass to, bro. You got to have 4 of the guys on defense, bro. But I will say this until I'm blue in the face versus anybody. And I love Jaylen Brown. I love Jaylen Brown. Do not get this confused. I'm a huge Jaylen Brown fan on and off the court. But I got to tell you, buddy, Klay Thompson's better. Not this version of Klay Thompson. The Warrior version of Klay Thompson is better than the 76ers version of Jaylen Brown will be. Sorry. I don't want to get into this rumor, Biggie. I've heard this too. I'll believe it when I see it. But if they did buy Klay out, I hope he goes back to the Warriors. I don't want to see him on the Lakers. To do what? Get ran past? For what? Because they got more hoes in LA? For what? Because, listen, Klay going down as one of the greatest bachelors of all time, dog. That's what y'all don't know about Klay, dog. Klay may not be in a Derek Jeter level because he wasn't in New York and it wasn't celebrity based, but dog, Klay got a roster. Most NBA guys do, but not like Klay, dog. Not like Klay. On and off the court, I'm taking Klay from this particular situation over Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown can get him too, but not like Klay. Look at excuseless. You guys are out of control with this. Lakers welcoming all light-skinned players. No, all white players. Okay? You got to be a large Caucasian to play for the Lakers these days. He got too much melanin. Even Klay is too dark to play for the Lakers. Klay Thompson is too dark of skin color to play for the Los Angeles Lakers these days. I am joking. I am having fun with the Snowtime Lakers. But yeah, man, shout out to Klay for telling KD, bro, chill. Was this supposed to be on the burner account, fam? KD, you might want to put your phone down, dog. You hurting friendships. You hurting teammates on the Rockets during the All-Star break, telling people Şengün sucks. Telling people Jabari Smith was dumb. Like, we already knew all that, bro. These are things we knew about your teammates. You didn't have to You didn't have to get caught in the burner saying it out loud. Yeah, we knew it was you, KD. We knew it was you. It's cool, bro. But this thing about Clay ain't done nothing to you, dog. Clay ain't done nothing to you, KD. Leave Clay out of this. But yeah, that Warriors team, back-to-back champions, by the way, who beat LeBron in his prime in back-to-back championships. The reason why LeBron's not the greatest player ever is because of that Warriors team. If Bron wins one of those against that KD team, you can overlook the loss to Dallas. You can overlook his first loss as a Cavalier to the Spurs. You can start overlooking stuff if he'd have beat that team. You damn well better be overlooking stuff when you beat that team. But, buddy, he won one game. He won one game in 2 years in the finals against that Warriors team. One game. He got swept. The Cavs won a game in back-to-back finals against the Warriors. So I don't want to hear this LeBron. And now you can talk about 42-year-old LeBron. Come on, man. Come on, KD. I know you be trolling, dog, but that ain't, as they say, as Goku says, that is not the way, buddy. That is not the way. I ain't mad at you, KD, but you got to chill, bro. Because you sound, that's blasphemy, buddy. It really is. Also, let's continue down this road again. Shout out to all my people at the Sporting Tribune. If you're just getting to the show, we had a new entry into Ass Island. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers finding his new home on Ass Island. Get you a shack, preferably one by Ass Island Arena, so you can have a short trip to your workouts. As you retire, please visit the crack of Ass Island. I hear it is miserable this time of the year. We'll call the ass crack Aaron's Alley. The ass crack of Ass Island will be, from here on out, be known as Aaron's Alley. Fucking bozo. God, I hate Aaron Rodgers. Okay. This is the Padres segment of the show. You win some, you lose some. Yesterday, the San Diego Padres made some really, really good moves at the trade deadline. They got Robbie Ray. Hold on. Okay, that's good news. Oh, I don't know if this is breaking news. Do you guys want to hear something new? I don't know if this is breaking news. Some of you may know this, but according to reports, the San Diego Union Tribune, and courtesy of Kevin Acee, as of an hour ago, Major League Baseball teams are expected to vote on the sale next week. Deal expected to be finalized August the 17th. Now, you hear me? Now, hear me one more time. It looks like the ownership of the Padres will change hands finally on August the 17th. That is according to the Union Tribune and Kevin Acee. So that's kind of big news. That's kind of big news. All right, so now let's talk about so I'm trying to make sure I find the right trade, because a lot of this is like silliness. So the Padres have acquired at the trade line Robbie Ray, lefty, Casey Mize, right-hander, and those are the two names that I care about. So you're going to ask me a question now. Was that good? The answer is yes. I don't care what they gave away, because my stance on prospects or you're just trading other teams' uniforms, because until they wear your uniform on the big league club, none of it matters. What happened yesterday at the against the Diamondbacks in Arizona was a letdown. 5-1 is not a good look. Going back to the powerless Padres, going back to the Peloton Padres, this ain't the time. This is not the time to go back to being the Peloton Padres. We do not need to be running in place right now. You got 3 games left against the Diamondbacks. This was the test. This is what I was saying was the test. They went out and they re-upped the pitching staff. Robbie Ray, okay, I also want to be very clear about this. Robbie Ray is not going to become a Cy Young candidate. Casey Mize is not going to become some household name. They're just not. But they're professional pitchers. They're guys who can handle their weight. With these two, with Robbie Ray and Casey Mize, you're not going to give up 4 runs in the first inning in multiple outings like you were doing. These are professional pitchers. I think Casey Mize is having a career year for the Detroit Tigers. He was. Now, I have to warn y'all. Whenever you accept players from a different team, there's going to be some initial shock when they come here. Here is why. Petco Park is very difficult to hit in if you're a hitter, so I appreciate them getting pitchers. Petco Park is a mystery to hit in. Power does not exist there for a multitude of guys we've traded for. A bunch of. I don't think there's ever been a 40 home run bat to play for the Padres in Petco. That's my opinion. I can look that up, but I don't believe that to be true. On the back of that, the second thing about being traded from Detroit and San Francisco to San Diego is it's awesome to live here. These are professional athletes with millions of dollars. It's comfortable here. The weather is always nice. Yes, the taxes are high, but you can afford it. This is an amazing place to live. So there's going to be some regression. If you lived in Detroit for 6 years and you're about to come to San Diego to live, oh, buddy, it's going to take you a minute to adjust. If you're Casey Mize and now you used to wake up and see Lake Michigan. Now you finna wake up in Pacific Beach? You finna wake up in La Jolla? You finna wake up in, well, Coronado smells like shit now, but you finna wake up in a beautiful town that is Coronado, and you left Detroit? You were waking up looking out in your backyard to a landfill damn near probably. And now you finna wake up in San Diego, California. Oh, there's gonna be some regression. There's gonna be some regression. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. It's nice here. There's a reason why people here have 2 jobs, because they love it. There's a reason why people here work overtime to keep them bills, because they love it here, because it's spectacular. And that's if you're poor. If you're poor here, it's still spectacular. Okay? And they're rich. So it's going to be some regression. But I think in all seriousness, I think these are really good trades by A.J. Preller. I think what they had to give and what they had to try to get, they absolutely succeeded in doing so. This team needed starting pitching. You did not need any more bats. You have 6 guys who you're giving $100 million to. They have to hit. This is not complicated. There's nobody you could have brought in because there was a lot of conversation about the Giants' third baseman, the guy who they got from Boston, whose name is I am absolutely drawing a blank on right now, but he makes $200 million. I think it's $250. Unless you were trading Manny for him, unless you were trading Xander Bogaerts' contract for him, why would you do that? Why? We don't know if the ownership is approved yet. There's no way they were going to spend that much money at the trade deadline. That's a fool's errand. If you thought that there was going to be some big ticket item to come in here, like even a Tariq Skubal thing, the Padres could have found a way to get Tariq Skubal for a 2-month rental. This guy's got arm trouble. He has documented arm trouble. So I don't necessarily know if that's how that's going to work out. I'm going to let the Dodgers figure that out. Because if in 4 weeks his arm falls apart, nobody's going to cry for the Dodgers. If you were giving up prospects and 4 weeks from now his arm falls off, So I like what they did at the trade deadline. I say you win some, you lose some. You turn around and then you lose the game, which in this particular yesterday and yesterday only, the trade deadline and what happened at that point was far more important than the game because that's 1 of 162. You can rebound today and the day after that and kind of get command. You now need to win 3 games in a row to walk out of Arizona in control of your own destiny at the wild card race. And that's what's important from this point on now. Are you in control of your own destiny? If you win this series, you got to sweep them to do it. But if you win this series, you are in control of your own future. You don't have to watch your back. I mean, you don't have to watch. You don't have to chase anybody. You don't have to chase anyone if you win this series. Again, you got to win the next 3. You win the next 3, you don't got to chase anybody. Everybody's got to chase you. And all that means is you got to win your games. And at this point, it don't matter how you win them, by hook or by crook, but you got to win these games. If you're the San Diego Padres, and as you can see, the management believes, if the front office is making moves, and that means they believe, they're putting you in a place to be successful. They went out and got y'all some pitching, but these guys got to hit. VC Smirk says adding offense wouldn't change a thing if the stars can't produce. 1,000%. I agree. It doesn't matter who you would have gotten because you wouldn't have gotten somebody worth more than the guys you already have because you don't have the capital to trade, and those guys also weren't available. The guys you have to hit. That's all. Soup says it's early August. Soup, you were saying it's early July. And in June, you were saying it's early June. But I digress. It's early August. Even if the Padres split, we are fine. I'm a dude that don't stop swinging. I hear you. But it'd be nice to control your own destiny from here on out when you have the opportunity when it's in front of you. Because you have the Diamondbacks later in the year. Take care of it now. Have them chase you after this. Splitting this doesn't help you. It really doesn't. I think you need to walk out of here with the lead, just like I thought in that 9-game series they needed to win 8 of 9. They won 8 and 9. So now let's put the Diamondbacks behind us and go for whatever we can because it looks like the wheels are going to fall off on the Phillies. I like them getting the rise. I thought that was a really great move by them because they're ahead of us. So I'm watching what they do. I think the Cubs, who sank as low as the Padres did earlier in the season, the Cubs have found their way. So I think we're in for a very good race. I really think we're in for a very good race, but I think from this point on, you have got to win these games. That's all, man. That's how I'm looking at this. Biggie's mad. Biggie's very happy about the Giants. He said the Giants did a good job of selling, but I feel they should have gotten rid of Adames, but they couldn't find anyone who wanted that foolishness. Yeah. Dude, no one's taking other teams' trash. Because trust me, we are first in line with the Xander Bogaerts contract. Please take this. Please. Pretty please. We'll pay half. Nobody's taking it. Nobody, other teams are getting too wise. Nobody's taking anybody else's trash, whether you pay for it or not. And so the Padres have to hit. I'm sorry, man. I didn't want any bats. And I know that sounds foolish to say. I want the guys they have to hit. Because I get more satisfaction out of our guys that we have here already hitting. It would be far more satisfactory if Manny goes on a blazing run. If Bogaerts is clutch at the bottom of the lineup. If Tatis can continue his form. If Merrill can wake up, because Merrill's been great lately. If these guys, if Cronenworth can put hits together here and there, continue to be productive defensively, he's been solid. He's been solid all year defensively when he does play and he doesn't have a concussion, allegedly. So they have to hit, man. These one-run games, let's have gotten those all out of the way. You ain't got to score 10 runs, man, but we need 3 or 4 a game. With what you have now acquired in pitching, you need 3 or 4 runs a game from these guys. The pressure's on them. The pressure's not on the pitching staff. The general manager, the president of baseball operations, relieved the pressure off of him. He got guys. He got you what you needed. We kept saying pitching. He got you pitching. He got Casey Mize. He got Robert Ray. You got Michael King now. If Joe Musgrove comes back, if you get Nick Pivetta back, that's 5 guys, man. That's 5 guys, man. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. I don't know if Pivetta will come back. I don't know if Joe Musgrove will come back. But if those guys do come back in some way, shape, or form, or in some fashion, I don't know what the hell's taking Joe Musgrove so long, but if those guys come back in any shape or fashion, that's a solid 5-man rotation that you should be able to make hay with for the rest of the season. But you can't do it with 1-run games. We need 3, 4, 5 runs a game now. These guys have to produce. The money's been there. They've all been given the luxury of long contracts and the financial stability and peace of mind that most of these athletes bitch about when they don't have it. Almost everybody on the Padres has financial peace of mind. Now they got to hit. They won the trade deadline as far as I'm concerned for what they needed. They lost the game. Let that be the last one, man. Soup says, in the last 10, we are 8-2. We're just warming up. I would like to come back. I would like the comeback wins to start in the 5th. Now, I don't want that. I don't care about comebacks, man. I want them to control the games. If you need to come back, cool. But us controlling the game means we put our best pitchers on the mound, which means we put our closer on the mound eventually. And when he comes in, it's over. I don't want comebacks. I want to control these games. I want starters to get us to the 6th inning. I want to put the bullpen in a 7 and 8 game situation, 7th inning, 8 inning situation. Because I know once they get that thing to the closer, it's lights out, man. That's the guarantee. You want a guarantee at the end of every game? Give the ball to Mason Miller. If Mason Miller touches the ball, what are we in? August. So if Mason Miller touches the ball 30 to 35 more times before the season is over, the Padres will be a playoff team. Because that's what you got to have. You got to have that. You 100% got to have that. So you win some, you lose some. I thought they won the trade deadline. Unfortunately, later in that night, they lost the game. But whenever you have teammates moving and grooving and coming and going, that day can be difficult on a human level because these are still people and now their lives have been uprooted. But that's the business. That's the price of this business sometime this time of the year. But you got a lot of guys comfortable in that locker room who know they ain't going nowhere. That's all. That's all, man. Look at Soup. Look at Soup. When Manny gets to 220, we are in. Like I keep saying, hey, man, listen. All right. You wait for him to get to 220. I'm not. I hope he does, because that's a good sign. Manny gets to 220 from 170. That's a good sign. But I ain't holding my breath on that. All right, I got one more thing. I got one more thing. I told y'all on the show I was going to start doing one more thing. And today's one more thing is WWKB. I think I should have put a D on the other end of that, but I didn't. No, well, okay, let me address this real quick, though. Win-loss record is massively important, because I don't give a damn what he's hitting if they're losing. Shout out to Graham. I don't care what man he's hitting if it's not resulting in wins. If they're winning and he's batting 140, I won't care. Just put him down with Xander, because somebody else has figured something out and they're able to win these games without Manny Machado being successful. I don't think that that's possible. But I honestly believe if they're going to win, he's going to have to carry a large portion of that weight. He knows that. They know that. So, yeah, let me get to this one more thing so everybody can get out of here and get what they think. So, one more thing. Can we stop? Can we please stop talking about what Kobe Bryant would have done? Can we stop this? Rich Paul, I'm looking at you. Rich Paul is now more of a podcaster than he is an agent. This has been the summer of Rich Paul's comments. I don't want another summer of these. Kobe Bryant was a phenomenal basketball player. There are a couple people who I let gatekeep for Kobe Bryant. Byron Scott is one of them. I wouldn't necessarily say Olden Polynice is another one, but Olden Polynice said the thing that most people aren't saying to Rich Paul. I respect you, bro, with all the other stuff you've done, but when it comes to this Kobe Bryant stuff, bro, shut the fuck up. When it comes to Kobe Bryant and what he would have done and what he would have said, it's time for a lot of y'all to shut the fuck up. It really is. I've grown tired of it. And I think a lot of people have grown tired of it. I think Laker fans are tired of it. If you were ever a fan of Kobe Bryant, just remember the player. Kobe Bryant answered a million questions damn near as a player. All the questions you need answered about Kobe Bryant, what he would have done, what he would have said, go look at some of these reports he answered about. Kobe Bryant already told you he wouldn't have teamed up and gone to Philly. He wouldn't have done what KD did. He said he respected that guy because he liked those guys. Kobe Bryant told you he wouldn't have gone to Miami. He told y'all this. So I don't know why Rich Paul is now saying that, what LeBron would have thought of the Kobe, what Kobe would have thought about the LeBron move. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Leave Kobe Bryant's name out of this again. I'm a Jordan guy. And I'm not a Kobe Bryant gatekeeper. I'll let other people do that. There's a couple people who I allow to gatekeep for Kobe Bryant. Byron Scott is one of them. Byron Scott was there Kobe Bryant's rookie year and coached him as a coach and played with him as a teammate. I'm going to let him gatekeep. I don't let Magic Johnson gatekeep because Magic Johnson is a businessman. He let everybody do everything, if you know what I mean. So to me, in my opinion, just stop talking about what Kobe Bryant would have done. Because a lot of y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't know what Kobe Bryant would have done. And Kobe Bryant, by the way, can tell y'all because he answered hours and hours and hours of reporters' questions. So whatever context you want to ask Kobe Bryant something, look at the questions he answered. Rich Paul, there's no public record of you being tight with Kobe Bryant. Hell, there's no public record of LeBron being tight with Kobe Bryant. So how would you know what Kobe Bryant would have thought? You don't. Shut the fuck up, dude. Talk about your clients. Talk about the clutch 76ers, bro. Nobody has no disrespect for what you've done as a businessman. Everybody respects that. This is not a shot at you as a businessman. Stop talking about Kobe Bryant to a lot of y'all. Stop talking about Kobe Bryant. Kobe didn't fuck with y'all like that. And y'all know this. Just let the man be, dog. He left every question he wanted answered. And the ones he didn't answer or you can't find an answer to, let it be, man. Let it be. What's wrong with y'all? Chill. Let Kobe Bryant rest, bruh. Have your own opinion. Don't try to pander to Laker fans because they don't like y'all, Rich. I don't know if you want me to tell you or nobody in y'all circle want to tell y'all. Laker fans don't fuck with y'all like that. Laker fans didn't fuck with Bron like that. They happy that they got the title. But Bron not a Laker. Most Laker fans will tell you they don't fuck with Bron. And because they don't fuck with Bron, they don't fuck with you, Rich. So stop talking about Kobe Bryant like y'all grew up together. People stop talking about Kobe Bryant like y'all was rebounding for him at 2 a.m. Stop talking about Kobe Bryant like y'all flew on road trips with him. Because y'all didn't. He got multiple championships with Shaq. He didn't even fuck with Shaq. Like what? Kobe Bryant didn't fuck with Shaq. Why would he fuck with Rich Paul? Like what? Rich Paul, you don't know what Kobe Bryant would have done. You didn't know him like that. What are you talking about? What Rich Paul has done with his career is to be respected. I have no disrespect for Rich Paul at no point in time. But Rich Paul has got to stop talking about what this podcast shit. Bro, you're clickbaiting. This has been the summer of Rich Paul comments. When LeBron retires, I don't know what you're going to do, buddy. Because when LeBron retires, no one's going to give a fuck about what you have to say. Is that what this is about? Is this about you getting your name out there as a hot take machine or as some kind of podcast spokesperson? Like, what are you doing? But I'm going to throw Rich Paul in a basket with a lot of guys who didn't know Kobe Bryant. So you don't know what Kobe Bryant would have done. So shut up talking about Kobe Bryant, bruh. Please. Because I don't dislike you, but I dislike this. What Kobe Bryant would have done. Shut the fuck up. What you? Makes me mad. I survived the show without dying. I had to keep my voice down. Excuseless says, is he still married to Adele? I hope so. He'll never be broke if he is. I hope he didn't sign a prenup. That's the best business decision he ever made. He married Adele. Now, if I was him, I wouldn't be podcasting. I'd be producing. If I was Rich Paul, I would be podcasting. I'd be trying to get Switch Beats in the studio with my lady. I mean, Rich Paul, you seem to be in everybody else's business. Shit. Get in your wife's business. Get her in the studio with Timbaland or Just Blaze or Kanye or something. Get your wife in the studio with the best producers. Because Adele's probably, in my lifetime, the greatest vocalist. The girl can sing. The woman can sing. I don't want to call her a girl because she's a woman. Woman can sing, bro. Adele can sing, buddy. Elite level voice. Top of the top, buddy. That's all. That's what you should be focused on, buddy. Stay out of Kobe Bryant's business. Keep Kobe Bryant's name out your mouth, buddy. Unless that's going to be Adele's next album title. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Kobe.